Family, happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a magical week so far. Let us pull some cards for some midweek guidance for us. Today we are just about 4 days out from our Gemini full moon, which is coming to us on Saturday, the 18th. And this is our last full moon of 2021. And so as the moon is waxing this week, energy is building, clarity is building. And this is really our last chance that we have to gather momentum around the process of making our ideas real. So the waxing phase of the lunar cycle is when we are sort of in this exploratory, experimental, process of trying new things. Okay, that doesn't quite work. Let's try a new way, trying on new ideas on for size, new identities on for size, and just seeing how things feel and how things fit. So forgive yourself when you don't get it quite right, and just take that as a cue to try a new way this week as the moon is waxing. Also, with Mars and Sagittarius, we're really supported in being experimental. Mars and Sagittarius loves a detour. This sign learns through experience. So just, embrace the process of learning and growth this week, and know that you are getting closer with every step to, knowing truly what it is you want and how to kind of make that real. So let's pull some cards for midweek guidance. So it looks like we are really supporting ourselves in taking inspired action, aligned action, and really maybe getting off the fence about something that we've been kind of putting off, that we've been keeping a dream for a long time, a big picture vision. Maybe we're sort of actually moving into this period of recognizing that we have the clarity, the wisdom, the enlightenment, the perspective at this point that, okay, we're ready to actually spark up this new idea, to try something, to commit to something, to say, okay, I'm ready to stop clinging to this indecision. I'm ready to acknowledge that at this point, it's time. I'm ready. I don't need to stay, hanging back. I don't need to stay suspended in this period of, what might have become stuckness if I continued. And now I can actually move forward. I'm going to support myself in moving forward and just trying something that I just need to do right now. And it's not a need to do right now in a cerebral way, but the Page of Wands shows that there is a flame in our heart, and an idea, a desire for something to grow into this beautiful, big, fiery vision manifest that is like so alive in our heart. And this is a very experimental energy. The Page of Wands asks us to be curious and take action on our curiosity, and to nurture the growth of whatever feels like a tiny little bud inside of us that is growing right now, or blow on the ember of a flame in your heart right now and just watch what happens. There's patience that is, of course, required with the accepting the invitation of all pages, because we are at the start of something here. The start of a new level here, the start of actually making a huge ass vision, a huge ass dream, like manifest in the real world. And there's something so unrefined, unmature, if you like, about pages. It's like this youthful kind of curious quality, and we need to really, be with ourselves. We need to be with the humble part of ourselves as we're saying yes to things this week, as we're actually making commitments to ourself in a certain way, and supporting ourselves in actually becoming the self in this vision that we know we are meant to be. And, it's easy to keep it a vision because there's, it's not real. It's easy to keep something a vision, but at this point, to keep something a vision, to keep your ultimate success, like whatever dream you're working towards right now, that like whatever big thing feels like it's just something that you're thinking about literally all the time, to keep it a dream at this point, to keep it in your head at this point would be to lose yourself. Don't stay lost. Be a dreamer and a doer. That's what I'd like to think about the Seven of Cups as an invitation to do. Be a dreamer. Yeah, let the vision grow, and one step at a time, we move forward towards it. The dream evolves, and we figure things out as we go. It's not going to feel exactly, as we anticipated. We can plan things to a T in our minds, but we still don't know how things are going to feel when we actually do them, when we actually get to point A and then point B and then point C. All of it is going to feel a lot different than it has been in our head. And we have to coach ourselves through that process, right? But it's interesting, actually, seeing the Hanged Man. We have been in this period of inner transformation. And of course, that is an important part of the process, an important part of the growth. And there's been something fully forming itself in our mind. And trust yourself, at this point, you know more than you probably think you do. And you might surprise yourself that one little fire that you start to create a connection, to put yourself in a situation, to ask for something, to do something, actually gets you further than you were maybe thinking, than you maybe thought. Maybe you thought you had all these choices to make. Maybe you thought you had all of this big overwhelm to deal with and figure out and piece together, and you had so much work to do. But you might actually surprise yourself that things are actually simpler than you were thinking that they might be when you actually start taking action. Because it only takes one little flame to start a wildfire, right? That's what the Page of Wands reminds us. Grounded into your dreams, grounding into the dream, grounded in your body, not in your head, grounded into your heart, so you're not getting in your ego, and trusting your wisdom, trusting your perspective, shedding a skin, letting the past be in the past, letting the dreamer, the only version of the dreaming version of you be in the past, because you're actually taking action now. You're stepping into the dream, you're stepping into the vision. So what's the first move? If you're stepping into the vision, moving forward into the rest of this week, this weekend, what's the one move? The full moon is all about outpour, manifestation, hitting launch on something, hitting publish on something, doing the thing, taking aligned action. What's the move? What's the spark? What's the flame that you're gonna light this week? You know what choice you want to make. You know what it is. You know what one thing would really help you get this vision out of your head and into reality. It can be easier than you think. The page says, just figure it out. You got this. It's gonna be great. That's what the page said. Page of Wands says. It's no ideas are bad ideas if they feel right in your heart, if they stir your heart. Because they evolve as you go. The Four of Cups. So maybe the move this weekend is to say no to something that you don't want, to say no to yourself. No, I'm no longer going to spend my time in this way. I am no longer going to focus on what doesn't feel good, what's lacking, what I don't want. I'm going to switch my focus now to what does light me up. And I'm going to start aligning my whole day, my whole life to foster that perspective. Always moving forward, always focusing on what you have control over, what you can affect. Because there's a sense of, perhaps veering into a little bit of helplessness with the Hanged Man and the Four of Cups. There are always things that will feel frustrating in life. Always. There's always things that we don't have control over in life, but the more that we focus on those, the more disempowered we feel, and the more helpless we can feel, and the more stuck we can feel. We get ourselves into these ruts. But the Page of Wands says, but hey, there's also things that are working. There's also things that are in your power to affect, and that's how we can get things moving forward. That's how we can get off the fence and say, okay, this is actually what I can do. And that's how we can actually start creating. That's how we can start creating. So thinking about the flip side of creation being destruction, what do you want to destroy this week? What do you need to destroy in order to push yourself into this period of creation? Push yourself into this next chapter of your growth. Destroy an idea, destroy a mindset, destroy the possibility that you can veer into something that just drains you, something that doesn't help you be in this creative new place in your life, in your mind. Who are you stepping out of that time? Who are you stepping out of 2021 as? Got a chance to choose again. All right, let's pull the Witch's Wisdom Oracle card. And the thing is with the Page of Wands, thinking about the Page of Wands and the Hanged Man, it is actually really important. I think that we are just focusing on the little fires, the little sparks right now, so that we're not like thinking about, I need to do the most, because the Page of Wands is like, you are at the start of some next chapter here. So don't, think that you need to do the most and get frustrated when, the little fire leads to the next little fire and they grow incrementally, right? Just don't shut yourself down while you're in this period of growing something. Sometimes things take time. And sometimes they don't. You never know. That's why you got to keep trying. All right, we have grounding, earth. Into that. Let's see what we got here. You have been hiding in the shadows, too afraid to reveal your true nature and beliefs. Your cloak and dagger routine can conceal you no longer, for you are being called to come out of the broom closet and stand proud. When you step into alignment with the witch within, the ancestors will support you fully. Okay, it's really actually wild that I'm just thinking that this is not grounding, this is not earth, but I'm reading cloak, I'm reading a different oracle card, but I feel like it's so aligned with what the cards that I just pulled that I'm actually going to go with it. I will read earth after, but this feels pertinent to me. Thinking about hiding in the shadows, the Seven of Cups, that figure. Be safe in the knowledge that you can no longer be persecuted in the physical sense. The days of drowning, stoning, and burning are long gone. Be strong and rise above any judgments. Remember that any hurtful words directed at you will only damage the perpetrator. For what anyone gives comes back to them. Instead, embrace all you are and shine brightly as you declare to the world your truth. Allow your inner wisdom to accompany you as you take those brave first steps of authenticity that will be ultimately lead to the freedom to live your life as the real you. I love that. I love that. So let's read earth on the next page here. What we actually pulled. Are the foundations you stand upon strong enough to support you? You have been on rather shaky ground lately, and your confidence has been knocked. Your head has been in the clouds, and your spell work and wishes do not seem to be coming to fruition. It's the element of earth that can be called upon right now, for it offers you the nurturing and support that you need at this time. The earth is solid, firm, and it will give you the grounding required to bring about the results you desire. The earth is fertile and stable and is associated with the goddess of birth, life, death, and rebirth. Give yourself some time to go into nature and allow the earth to restore you. Draw upon her gifts that are steeped in magic and mystery as you rest and recharge under her protection. Soon you will have all the endurance and strength that you require to move forward. Love that. Nurturing and support. Nurturing and support. We need all the elements to make a vision real, to make an idea real, right? So draw upon what grounds you right now. Especially because, it's winter. We got to be more mindful of that vitamin D. We have to be more mindful of staying grounded. A lot of us. All right, let's pull a Universe Has Your Back oracle card here to close off this reading. To be grounded is to stay with yourself, right? To not lose yourself, to not escape yourself. To remember, oh, I'm here. I'm exactly where I need to be. And this is what I can do right now. This is what I can do right now. The universe has my back. There you have it, my friends. The universe has your back. You have nothing to lose. Right? At the end of the day, there's nothing to lose. And everything to gain. That's what the Page of Wands wants us to know for the rest of this week. My loves, I'm sending you so much love for the rest of this week. And as we move into this weekend, I hope that you are feeling good and grounded and all the things that you want to be feeling. If you would like a reading with me, hit the link in my bio. I would love to serve you.